Pope's next trip. Christine?
Eric, we are just hours away from the Pope's arrival here in Cuba. Now, there have been many activities throughout the weekend in preparation for his arrival, and among the many pilgrims who will make the journey here, many Cuban Americans.
On the eve of his arrival, Cuban Catholics gathered at a busy intersection ready to welcome Pope Benedict. Earlier in the day, the faithful filled churches throughout the capital city. Sarah Oliva and Ovidio Matos are Cuban Americans raised here in Havana and now call Wisconsin home.
Cuban people is believing more now, since 1998.
They see Pope Benedict's visit as an important one for their native island.
It's good because I think it's very good for the relationships between the countries. Cuba is opening to the world.
A visit of that kind, always brings some sort of a change.
As the Cuban-American couple joined others at Mass, the Cuban dissident group known as the Ladies in White marched on, taking advantage of the international spotlight the Pope's visit is bringing. Libertad! Libertad! They shouted, "Freedom! Freedom!" near another church in western Havana. Unlike many past protests, they were not challenged by the government or arrested. But on this day, the television cameras outnumbered the ladies 2-1 as they call for change in the government. Libertad! Libertad! This family that left Havana says they've seen small improvements since leaving home.
More expensive things in the market. People is living like 7 years ago when I left.
And as they return with their 11-year-old son, they hope he will see a new Cuba in his lifetime.
Coming back to Cuba, it's something really very important, for us as a family, and at the same time to get in touch, with the essence, as I told before, we left behind.
And that couple we met today left Cuba less than 10 years ago, but they will be joined here by many more Cuban Americans. For some of them, it will be their first trip back here in a half-century. Reporting live from Havana, Cuba, Christine Dobbin, 13 Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Christine. Stay with Eyewitness.